Hi, I'm Ramji Raghavan, founder and chairman of the Agastya International Foundation. Unlocking the creative potential of children and teachers around the world is one of the most important challenges of the 21st century. The mission of Agastya Foundation is to spark curiosity, nurture creativity, and instill self-belief and confidence through hands-on experiential science education in economically disadvantaged children and government school teachers across India. Unfortunately, most village schools in India don't have access to labs, exciting teaching learning methods. There's very little interaction between students and teachers. Agastya is addressing this challenge through its hands-on experiential science education, pedagogy, and learning methods, delivered through a fleet of 75 mobile science labs, 31 satellite science centers that act as hubs, and a campus that we call our Creativity Lab. Agastya started in 2000 when we acquired a barren piece of earth. We launched our first mobile science lab in 2002, and we've grown over the years to a team of over 500 people, completely dedicated to disseminating the scientific temper to children and school teachers across India. Indeed, our model has been recognized by the National Knowledge Commission in India as a possible model to disseminate high-quality science education throughout India. We are in the process of creating an ecosystem for hands-on science education to do precisely that. The children that we work with typically are children from very low-income backgrounds, children of carpenters, construction workers, small and marginal farmers, children who have little to no access to quality education. The teachers we work with are for the most part government school teachers, many of them very motivated, with innate creativity, but without the means to bring their creativity alive in the classroom. It's precisely that Agastya does through its fleet of instructors and mobile science labs and range of science experiments that we've developed over the years that have won many, many admirers, not just in India, but across the world. We have a workshop at our campus where we produce these experiments and models after considerable research. One of the examples of this, an important one, is the optics kit that we developed several months ago. A powerful and innovative example of a hands-on science experiment is our new Ray Projector, which we've developed jointly with Olin College in Boston. How did it come about? Well, in true entrepreneurial fashion, it came about through a process of trial and error and experimentation. The first thing we created was an optics kit, which allows children and teachers to learn about the fascinating properties of light, the phenomena of light, over 25 experiments through one kit. Gradually, that kit, which relies on grid electricity, was transformed into a smaller kit in the shape of a telescope that runs on batteries. That's when Olin College came in, and with the support of students and faculty at Olin, they were able to re-engineer the optics kit into the new Ray Projector. The Ray Projector is a fascinating example of cross-cultural global collaboration to produce something of value, not just for India, but many developing countries around the world. It is extremely portable and robust, a terribly important property in countries like India, where there's a lot of wear and tear on equipment. It doesn't rely on grid electricity, which is notoriously unreliable in most Indian villages. It uses solar power. It is extremely safe. It doesn't get hot, so even small children can use it without fear of getting hurt. It is low cost, and that is terribly important because the lower the cost, the more scalable and replicable the model is, the experiment can be. And finally, importantly, it shifts the emphasis from teaching to learning. What this means is children can take control over their own destiny. They can learn at their own pace. They can experiment. They can discover. They can talk to one another, promote peer-to-peer learning. And this brings about not just a transformation in the delivery system, it brings about a complete transformation in kids. In fact, children who've worked with Agastya over the years in a very interactive, experiential manner have won awards at the highest levels in India. For 5 years in a row, our kids have been winning the Intel National Science Award. We believe that you should support, through the Kickstarter campaign, raising money for this transformative, innovative Ray Projector that so many people have come together to create. I truly believe it's an example, a fantastic example of high quality delivered at low cost to thousands and thousands of children and teachers across India and indeed the world. Thank you very much. The Ray Projector is an example of a powerful and innovative collaboration between Olin College and Agastya Foundation. An excellent example of cross-cultural collaboration across the seas. How did it come about? Agastya created an optics kit several months ago, revolutionary by its standards, in that you can do more than 25 fascinating light experiments, understand the properties of light, the phenomena of light, through just one box, which was delivered through our mobile science lab system. However, the box relied on grid electricity, and it wasn't as portable and replicable as we felt it might be. So we worked on it and re-engineered it to create a smaller telescopic version of the optics kit, which runs on batteries. A much further quantum improvement happened when we worked with Olin College, and Olin College came up with the Ray Projector. The Ray Projector is extremely portable and robust. It does not rely on grid electricity, which is extremely unreliable in most Indian villages. It uses solar power. It's low cost, which means it can be replicated and scaled up easily. And most importantly, it shifts the emphasis from teaching to learning, which means that children, young children, can learn at their own speed. They can learn to discover and experiment at their own pace. They can exchange ideas, exchange the awe of science, the wonders of science through peer-to-peer learning. In other words, they can drive their own destiny. Okay? The Ray box is a powerful and innovative science tool, the result of an intense and highly productive collaboration between Olin College in the US and the Agastya Foundation in India. How did the Ray box or Ray Projector happen? Going back several months, Agastya created an optics kit, a 10-inch by 15-inch box that is highly versatile and generates over 25 science experiments on the properties and phenomena of light, extremely popular, especially among teachers. But it relied on grid electricity, which is notoriously unreliable in Indian villages. So we reconfigured that to Ray Projector that is powered by batteries. The third version of the project involved collaboration between Olin and Agastya. And the students at Olin College, in true hands-on engineering spirit, re-engineered the entire experiment to produce the Ray Projector, a small box that is extremely robust, highly portable, conditions that are very relevant to the Indian context where experiments and tools go through high levels of wear and tear, that does not, importantly, rely on grid electricity. It uses solar power, which makes it environmentally more sustainable. And finally, it is very, very low cost. What that means is it can be easily scaled up and replicated to benefit tens of thousands of children and can be distributed through the Agastya distribution system of mobile science labs, science centers, and now motorbike science labs. Finally, and most importantly, it brings about a shift from teaching to learning. It's no longer the teacher demonstrating experiments to a class full of 50 or 100 children, but it's lots of little children with their own little Ray Projector boxes, experimenting, discovering, learning the fun of science, exchanging ideas, promoting peer-to-peer learning, which is terribly important. People who have worked on peer-to-peer learning